Welcome back to Mr. Magazine, the channel where truth meets emotion and where every story hides a pulse beneath the fame. Today, we dive deep into one of the most heartbreaking and powerful stories in Turkish celebrity history, a story that blends glory with grief, fame with loneliness, and love with manipulation. This is not just about an actor. This is about a man who once carried the light of millions, and then slowly, silently, began to fade behind it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the untold story of Yaman. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to Mr. Magazine and tap the join button to support the channel, because every truth we uncover deserves a voice. Once upon a time, he was the golden son of Turkey, the man who made hearts beat faster across Europe, the actor whose every move was followed like a pulse of the nation. Yaman wasn't just a star, he was an idea, the symbol of discipline, elegance, and masculine grace. But somewhere between the flash of cameras and the weight of admiration, something began to fracture. Those who once envied his strength began whispering another story. He doesn't smile like he used to. He doesn't talk to his mother anymore. Can is lost. And perhaps, behind those whispers, hid a truth too painful for the public eye, the fall of a man torn between two worlds, and two women, one, his mother, the other, a shadow of love that changed everything. There was a time when Yaman would mention his mother in every interview. "She is my conscience, my guide, my moral compass," he said proudly. But lately, silence has replaced those words. That warm connection, once unbreakable, now echoes like a hollow space between two souls who no longer meet. A family friend told Mr. Magazine. Yaman was always his mother's son. Every decision he made, every project he took, he would first call her. But now, it's like a curtain has fallen between them. He's surrounded by people who don't know his heart. Who are these people? Behind the scenes, a name keeps surfacing, Sarah Bloomer, a woman whose beauty is rivaled only by her influence. Some say she entered his life like a promise of freedom, but built invisible walls around him instead. Sarah Bloomer, a model celebrated across Italy, appeared like a muse in Yaman's story, sophisticated, international, magnetic. When the media announced their closeness, the world believed it was the beginning of a global fairy tale. But what followed was not romance. It was transformation. Sources close to the actor describe Sarah as charming but calculated. "She didn't shout, she whispered," said one insider. And every whisper drew him a little further away, from his mother, from his roots, from himself. She reportedly convinced him that being a world star meant letting go of his Turkish identity, his culture, his family. At first, those words sounded like encouragement. But over time, they became chains. Because when a person forgets where they come from, they also lose sight of who they are. While the world judged, criticized, and speculated, one woman simply waited. In a quiet home in Istanbul, Yaman's mother continues to pray. Every morning, her voice trembles with the same words. "Let my son come back home." She doesn't fight, doesn't call the press, doesn't accuse anyone. Because a mother knows, love cannot be forced. It can only be remembered. And she believes that one day, her son will remember. People close to her told Mr. Magazine. "She always says, 'I know him.' The one out there now, the one smiling in pictures, that's not my boy. My son is kind, disciplined, loyal. He's just lost for a while." And maybe that's the truest sentence in this story, he's lost, but not gone. Inside this man lives two souls, the old Yaman, loyal to his roots and his conscience, and the new Yaman, trapped in a labyrinth of fame, luxury, and restless silence. He walks red carpets but feels no pride. He stands before cameras but hides his eyes. Every smile he gives feels practiced, every gesture rehearsed, as if his true self has become a stranger he once knew. But somewhere beneath the designer suits and cold European streets, the real Can still breathes, quietly, stubbornly. And that faint heartbeat might just be the sound of a comeback. Hey, if you're still watching this deep story unfold, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Mr. Magazine. Your support keeps independent storytelling alive and helps us bring the truth behind every headline to light. And don't forget, hit that join button if you believe real stories deserve to be told with heart. Lately, subtle signs have begun to stir hope among his loyal fans. A few old family photos resurfaced on social media, snapshots of a smiling boy beside his proud mother. A few Turkish fan pages, long inactive, suddenly found new life. Even Can himself, in a rare comment, wrote beneath a nostalgic post, "I miss certain things I didn't value enough." To the public, it was just a comment. To his fans, it was a spark, the first flicker of the old flame. A producer close to him recently told Mr. Magazine, "Can is doing an internal detox. He's cutting out the noise. I think he's realizing who he truly wants to be again." Could it be the beginning of the hero's quiet return? It's said that love can heal. But in this case, love became a storm that shattered the peace of a man who once ruled his own heart. Those who've seen him recently describe a man who no longer looks free, a man who chooses words cautiously, as though afraid to reveal too much. Fame can bring applause. But it can also bring isolation, a cage made of gold and silence. And perhaps that's where Can has been trapped, between the expectations of the world and the whisper of a woman who once promised him freedom. Through all this, his mother's door remains open. "She never locks it," says a family friend. "She always says, he'll come back one day, and I want him to find the door open." Maybe she knows something the world doesn't, that love, no matter how quiet, always finds its way home. And when that day comes, the world won't just witness the return of an actor. They'll witness the rebirth of a son. Recently, people close to the actor have whispered about a possible return to Turkey. He's said to have told a friend, "I miss it a little more every day." Perhaps that's not just homesickness, perhaps it's redemption. Because home is not just a place. It's the truth you cannot run from. And for Yaman, that truth is his mother's love, his country's soil, and the man he used to be before the world claimed him. So tell us, dear viewers, do you believe the real Yaman will find his way back? Do you think love can save him from the fog of fame? Share your thoughts below, we read every single comment. And before you go, remember, subscribe to Mr. Magazine, hit the like button if you felt this story, and join our channel to support emotional storytelling that dares to go deeper than headlines. Because here, at Mr. Magazine, we don't just tell stories, we uncover souls. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and never forget, even stars sometimes need to find their way home.